Picture this. It's Thanksgiving dinner and you've just finished your big feast. Everyone's sitting around, hanging out, and you're getting a little bored. So what do? Play a board game, of course. Board games have been a great source of entertainment for generations. In fact, did you know that board game sales have increased by over 20% in the last year alone? Tony Hames, director of a gaming expo in the UK, says that while the internet is a great thing, having time away from our phones and computers where we can talk, play, and enjoy time together is something board games let us do. Today we are going to explore why board games are making a resurgence with online retailers and board game cafes. Isn't it crazy that in our 21st century digital world, we still come back to these very much not digital games? Jack Hutchcraft, an author of an article named "It's Official, Everyone, Board Games Are Cool Now," So at first it strikes me as odd that we are apparently in the midst of a widespread board game revivalism. Why would people be so enthralled with these stationary bits of plastic and card when they have these expansive worlds to interact with? Unfortunately, we can't really describe why it's happening, but we sure can guess. Most people think it's a combination of technology overload and nostalgia, but I think there's a third reason: social interaction. With profound social media use and the tend towards online multiplayer instead of in-person community play, it becomes natural for people to want greater connections. Tim Cross, author of the article "Welcome to the Golden Age of Board Gaming," brought to you by the internet, that the slow triumph of what used to be called nerd culture, think smartphone gaming and Game of Thrones on television, has given adults permission to openly engage in pastimes that used to be looked upon as juvenile. For instance, a game called Settlers of Catan won Game of the Year award in 1995, and since then has transformed from a niche game played by few to a game that has sold over 13 million copies, which is comparable to the same Monopoly or Sorry has sold in that same amount of time. Another thing that is bringing this board game boom is board game cafes. Board game cafes are places where the staff can not only serve you food, but recommend you board games to play, based on how many people are in your group, how old you are, and how much time you have to play. You can find anybody at these board game cafes, anyone from millennials to 60-year-old grandpas. Also, everyone is playing these games, including 60-year-old grandpas, 6-year-olds, families, but they all play for different reasons. Some play as reminiscing of childhood days gone by. Some play as just something fun to do while hanging out with friends. And of course, some play just to be a part of a community. In addition, we left a question: is board gaming good for you? I find in my own experience that playing a board game with friends and family that I like can be really fun. And I believe it encourages cognitive function and patience and strategy, strategizing for your next turn while waiting for it to be your turn. In addition, wouldn't it do you good to enter into this new hobby? I encourage you to find a board game cafe near you, or look online to see if there's any retailers with good deals. And next time you have an hour or two, play a game with your family. Thank you.
Thank you. 14.